Like any stereotypical young girl, I had my heart set on becoming a prima ballerina, too innocent to comprehend the challenges I might face to get to where I needed to be. I just wanted to dance with the best of them. One evening over family dinner, I announced my dream, subconsciously expecting a round of applause. I'm going to be a ballet dancer. What followed was not congratulations, but a tentative suggestion that I might want to rethink. How about setting your sights on choreography instead? You see, ballet and CP are like chalk and cheese. By definition, CP is a physical condition that affects movement, posture, and coordination. If I had any chance of becoming the next Darcy Bussell, I'd have to ditch the disability, but that wasn't something that I could do. My brain was 1 in 400 in the UK that was born every year, having been starved of oxygen, somewhere around birth. It wasn't going to go away, and it wasn't going to get better. I was stuck with my wobbly leg syndrome for life. Stephen Hawking once said that if you're disabled, it's probably not your fault, but it's no good blaming the world or expecting them to take pity on you. I live my life by the notion that no one asked to be disabled in the same way that no one asked to be able-bodied. I just had to trudge the water and get on with it. But getting on with it took me down a 10-year path, which was at the furthest point from where I needed to be. I lacked creativity, authenticity, and I swept my ballet shoes under the carpet. Every now and again, there'd be a flicker of a flame, hopelessly attempting to guide me back. But the heat was unbearable, so I just put a smile on my face and carry on with the show. Making the best of a situation also went against everything society said they wanted from me. Within the social model of disability, it states that someone isn't disabled because of their disability, but because society makes them that way. So in my case, I'm only disabled when there isn't a ramp or an accessible toilet. But how was that going to give me my ballet shoes? A ramp wasn't going to fix my two left dysfunctional feet. Society wasn't ready for me to grace the stage, and neither was I. The problem with shutting out something that's so obviously a part of you is that it's still there. I was still disabled. A label is still a label no matter how people use it or abuse it. I enabled this to happen. Through my self-obsessed loathing, I enabled people to mould my cobweb-covered slippers into even bigger wheels. I didn't know it was possible to have both. So with every stone in the street came another crack in the glass slipper. With every uneducated effort to make the best of the situation came another tear in the ball gown. And with every comment that made me feel unworthy was another reason why I shouldn't go to the ball at all. This was something that not even a fairy godmother could fix. Whilst I was preoccupied by what society thought of me, I'd closed my eyes to what was happening within my own minority group in their attempt to reach equality. So often, society is taken for granted by disabled people. There's an unfounded assumption that we're owed something in return for the inconvenience of being disabled. Yes, we should all have equal rights, equal opportunities, and equal status. But to have equality in its entirety is to neglect the chances of becoming the best versions of ourselves. Like a bull in a china shop, they'd rampage and expect society to telepathically know what the fuss is about and jig to their tune. For me, there's a fatal flaw to the plan. Equality isn't accomplishable. In the Equality Act 2010, it states that I am legally protected, but legality has warped reality. I speak from experience. I was once offered a job that in my heart I knew wasn't right because it indirectly involved taking care of vulnerable people. It was a case of the blind leading the blind, but I took the job on the grounds that it was handed to me on a silver platter, and I needed something to fill the void. Einstein said that if you judge a fish by its ability to climb a tree, it will live its whole life believing it's stupid. This is equity. Equity is a more functional and sustainable way for society to work together. It judges everyone on their own merit and makes reasonable adjustments based on person-centered needs. It promotes effective inclusion. For me, equity is a fairy godmother that brings disability and equality together. Disability symbolises everything we cannot do. Equality symbolises everything that, in an ideal world, we should be able to do. And equity is what our full potential looks like. Through equity, we reach diversity. The question is how? My parents taught me that being disabled shouldn't define me, nor should it be an excuse. However, I constantly battled with societal ideals of what I should be, dependent, influenced, and disabled. From the point of my diagnosis, there was a conflict with how I should be perceived and received. Those who knew me wanted me to go forth and conquer the world. However, the wider population didn't know how or if I could. Had I been given my ballet shoes, like equality says I have the right to, would I have been happy? Would a turntable that would enable me to freely pirouette on stage, like equity would offer, have fulfilled my dream? Or is the real reason for equity's existence to seamlessly make people see the bigger picture and think outside the box? Last year, my outlook on disability in its broadest terms was transformed as I watched Jamie Marcus Productions cast a deaf actress as Peter Pan's non-verbal sidekick in the Drill Hall Panto. Using BSL, he communicated with audiences and opened doors to conversations about disability integration. Not once was it mentioned that Tinkerbell was deaf. It didn't need to be. Through the illustration of equity, we see that it's not about the unconventional opportunity it can create, but about how it encompasses all of humanity to so subtly, yet so boldly, shine the light on diversity. Once I had begun to accept myself, I realised that you don't need to be able to dance to have rhythm in your soul. The beauty of diversity is that it welcomes creativity and authenticity with open arms. It doesn't discriminate, it only educates. Ballet was not on the cards for me, but now I write, I speak, I learn, I grow, and I'm on a mission to find out how we put our best foot forward. Within our minority, disability is a part of who we are, but within society it can be imperceptible. By embracing diversity and having the respect for others that do the same, I think we're on the right path. Diversity lets us dance in the rain whilst our wheels run to the beat of our feet. My story continues with ballet shoes. Ballet shoes tug at my heartstrings, let me dance. In my head I'm there, in the mirror no chance. Innocence is slashed as I graciously fall. Cinderella, you cannot go to the ball. Your wheels are a problem, put your dream to bed. You've got to rethink, choreography instead. My shoes were stolen and for that I denied. The elephant disguised was heavy to hide. In a room full of people, I was on stage, expected to perform, whilst trapped in a cage. Disabled I was and disabled I'd be, an awkward stereotype is all they'd see. I trudged through the water to avoid the flames because no one chooses the cards for their games. I despised that disability token, avoided that half of my words left unspoken. But when Cinder's lost her slipper and spirit, the story is magical when the shoe fit. By spinning in circles and strangers would stare, didn't remove the societal glare. Education is key to altering labels, and insight is vital to turning the tables. To break down the barriers in what's accepted, it meant influencing change in what I expected. The clock struck 12, her reality was gone. The norm had vanished and the spotlight was on. Society she saw torn and resented, in a charade the minorities invented. The demand to slipper in another's eyes, exclusion lives on because integration dies. Equality is a false necessity which hatches potential due to necessity. However, equity offers a starring role, a chance to progress freely within your soul. Equity offers effective inclusion, the chance to be your best self without intrusion. Disability asks for all your pity whilst equality ego sits proudly pretty. Snatching the slippers from Cinderella's feet, equality is ruthless, a funk and a cheat. Equity walks on stage, assumes her position with gracious power as she begins her mission. Equity knows her strengths and limitations, ditching people's elusive expectations. Through equity, diversity seeds are sown, and through diversity, we come into our own. Diversity ignites the fire and spark, a unique flame that turns, twists, and twirls in the dark. Diversity strives, the masquerade is lost. Authenticity shouldn't come at a cost. Disability does not restrain a dream. Creativity beats within my bloodstream. Ballet shoes tug at my heartstrings, let me dance. In my words, I'm here. I gave myself the chance.